So that's how Esau came into power, because it was by what's the word outside powers. The Most High put the spirit on them to come into power. You know, manifest destiny, so you can understand. All right. All right. Go ahead. Say something.
I got a quick precept. Okay. Back you up on that. From the Apocrypha Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6, it says, beginning at the second verse, "Give ear, ye that rule the people, and glory in the multitude of nations. For power is given you of the Lord, and sovereignty from the highest, who shall try your works and search out your counsels."
So who gave Esau the power and the sovereignty? The Most High.
From the Lord, yeah.
Can Esau stop the Most High from bringing them down and putting us up, putting us in power? No.
No. Then there's a scripture, I think you read it, Apostle Ramlab, shall appoint his bounds that he shall not pass. So there's a certain day, and Yahweh Shai don't even know that day, man. There's a certain, which proves that the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, is greater than his son, Yahweh Shai. Well, Yahweh Shai said that. He said, "My Father is greater than I." That's right. Yahweh Shai said that to his disciples. He knows the exact day the so-called white man's going down. Esau, Edom is going down. He knows the exact day. Yahweh Shai don't even know. That's it.
Yeah, this is more information on the Moors, which are Israelites, all right? It says, Pajero Negro, black bird, in Spanish, was a, this is a particular individual, right? Was a polymath. Anybody know what a polymath is? Poly means many, right? Many, and math meaning truth, amath.
Oh, many, okay.
Yeah. So he was a man of many truth, all right? I didn't look it up, but I know it means that, because I was a Moor at one time. Could have been. With knowledge in astronomy, geography, meteorology, botanism, cosmetics, culinary arts, the man could cook, and fashion. He is known for starting a vogue by changing clothes according to the weather and season. That's why they got a magazine called Vogue. It's a fashion magazine. Where'd they get it from? They got it from Jake. He also suggested different clothing for morning, afternoon, and evening. And in the kingdom, we're going to be like, we ain't going to be where you put on a suit of clothes and you, look, we're going to have our morning wear, our afternoon wear, and our evening wear, man.
Yeah, that's right.
He created a deodorant to eliminate bad odors, promoted morning and evening baths, and emphasized maintaining personal hygiene. Ziryab is believed to have invented an early toothpaste, which he popularized throughout Islamic Iberia, primarily in Spain. Anytime you see the word Iberia or the Iberian Sea, that's where the Moors was. And that word Iberia goes back to Hebrew. All right?
Yeah, they even have a line of products, food products called Iberia, I believe it is.
Let me go down. Let me go down. Oh, yeah, let me read this. It says, in general, the Moors introduced many new crops, including the orange, lemon, peach, and Esau didn't even know when they, what do you call that? Not scabies. Is it called scabies? No, scurvy. They would go out to sea and they would get sick and die, and they didn't realize all they had to do was get lemons. That's why they call themselves limeys. So, hey, what's up, mate? What's up, limey? The reason why they call themselves limeys is because they carried lemons and limes on their voyages. So when they got scurvy, they would get the vitamin C from the lime or the lemon, and that would heal them. They were actually dying from it, man. It says peach, apricot, fig, sugar cane, dates, ginger, and pomegranate, as well as saffron, cotton, silk, and rice, all of which remain prominent in Spain today. So they got it from the Moors. Bullfighting came from the Moors. That was to show machismo. They would fight a big strong bull, and they would have that red thing, and they would fake death with that cape, and then they would kill the bull. That was set up by the Moors, which are Israelites.
This is Daniel chapter 4, verse 17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers, and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will.
And the proof of that is he took Esau, a bum, and he put him on top of everybody, man. Everybody, like the black woman, she wanted to look like Esau, the Edomite woman, right? The Moabites, they getting that money. They wearing suits. They doing everything that Esau did over here.
It says, and setteth up over it the basest of men. Hey, that's Esau. Like the scriptures call them vile. You know, they're violent in the earth. They're the basest of men. They're the main ones that were living in caves, destitute of food. You know, not even fully clothed. You know.
That's right.
I got a little history, because you mentioned about bullfighting.
Go ahead.
It says, this is from Spanish fiestas, bullfighting history. Bullfights were popular spectacles in ancient Rome, but it was in the Iberian Peninsula that these contests were fully developed. The Moors from North Africa
Yeah, because we took over North Africa. So you got Israelites that still to this day live in North Africa.
That's right. Yeah, it says
mainly in the western side of Africa, but we live in North Africa too. Going back to what's his name? I was listening to something on him the other day, 2 days ago. Hannibal Barca. You know, he was an Israelite.
That's right. It says the Moors from North Africa who overran Andalusia in AD 711 changed bullfighting significantly, and that just backs up what you just said, Elder Apostle Tahar, what he just said about bullfighting. Changed bullfighting significantly from the brutish, formless spectacle practiced by the conquered Visigoths to a ritualistic occasion observed in connection with feast days on which the conquering Moors mounted on highly trained horses confronted and killed the bulls.
They did it with style and finesse. You know?
They were Israelites.
That's Jake. We used the analogy last week show with the Medomites playing basketball and Jake playing basketball, and you can clearly see the difference, man. Crackers are square. They wore them damn tight shorts. They were all stiff looking. You see Jake now. Jake brought it to the ultimate level, man. This is okay. More information. Urban utilities. Check this out. Street lights. We're talking about we're talking about from 700 AD all the way up to the end of 1400 AD. All right. It says street lights, hospitals, and public baths. In the 10th century, Cordoba was not just the capital of Al-Andalus, Moorish Spain, but also one of the most important cities in the world at that time, rivaling Baghdad and Constantinople. Constantinople was our people, Israelites, on the other side. In other words, the so-called Byzantine Empire, which was ruled by Jake. It boasted a population of 500,000, 200,000 more than now. So that was a major place right there. That was the place to be. And had street lights, 50 hospitals with running water, 300 public baths, 500 mosques, and 70 libraries, one of which held over 500,000 books. So what you're doing, Esau, you got from us, our foreparents. The Moorish achievement in hydraulic engineering was outstanding. They constructed an aqueduct that conveyed water from the mountain to the city through lead pipes. All of this at a time when London, merry old London, right, had a largely illiterate population of around 20,000 and had forgotten the technical advances of the Romans. Because when you go back to the Roman Empire, and it was Jake that set that whole thing up, you had rooms for the rich among the Romans that they had heated floors that were heated. We don't even have that now. You know, it was cold. You heat the floor, you know. They had hot and cold running water, all right, because they had boiler systems. It says Romans, some 600 years before, paved and lighted streets did not appear in London or Paris for hundreds of years later. So when the Moors ruled Spain, man, they that was the place to be. See if there's any more information. Yeah, let me read that. Medicine. It said the father of modern surgery, Abu al, if I'm saying it right, Qasim, was a Moor who was born in Cordoba. They had a car called the Chrysler Cordoba. During a practice that lasted 50 years, he developed a range of innovative and precise surgical instruments while writing a textbook that was to be cornerstone of Western medical training for the next 500 years. Check that out. That's just telling you, man, the power we had. And this is really talking about, this goes hand in hand with the book of Revelation, the 20th chapter. Let's read that and we're going to close on that.
All right, this is the book of Revelation, chapter 20 and verse 1. It says, "And I saw an angel come down from heaven having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan."
It's not talking about the devil himself. It's talking about Esau when he was in power during the time of the Roman Empire. And it really started before Constantine came into power. The devil, that old serpent, was talking about Esau himself.
It says, "And bound him 1,000 years."
The height of the Byzantine, so-called Byzantine Empire, was from 500 to almost 1500 AD. So that's 500 years. Really, when you go back to Constantine, really the height of it, man, the apex was like I said, 500, maybe 200 years in. And then it went down by who? The last emperor to sit on the throne was Constantine the 11th. All right? and that was 14. What was that? That was 1453. And it took almost another 50 years to take down the Moors, because the Moors came into power, which were Israelites, because we split up. There's some other document, I got to find it, where it says the Moors were basically Christians that converted to Islam. All right, I had it somewhere, but I'll bring it up. I'll talk about it. But so you had the Moors come into their power. A key place was Spain and North Africa. That was 700 years AD, 700 AD approximately. And the last stronghold, Granada, was taken down in 1492. So we're talking what? How many years? Almost 800 years, about 800 years. So during that time period, that's when Esau was chained up. And then after that time was done, he came back into power with the whole new world concept. Go ahead, read on. It
says, and cast him into the bottomless pit and shut him up and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled, and after that he must be loosed a little season.
And that was fulfilled during the time of Columbus, during that time period, the mid to late 1400s. And it said, the scriptures say that he's going to rule for a short period of time. And that short period of time was from really the 1400s up until now, because he's getting ready to go down, man. He might go down at the end of this year, maybe next year, maybe 2 years from now. But he's going down. Going back to what I said, time and chance happeneth to all. And these elite, the average Edomite, they don't know what's going on. The super elite, they know what's going on. They know that they're getting ready to go down, man. Pursuant to Revelation 12 and 12. And let's read that, and we're going to close on that. Because he's going to show his horns. Because he knows that his time is short.
Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
And we're going to close on that. I'm going to say shalom and stay strong.